Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome back to Isaac Inspires. I'm glad that you guys are here. It's been an interesting year to say the least. But I hope everybody's doing as well as they can. I hope everybody's being blessed. I hope that you guys have used this opportunity to grow in some capacity, whether it's growing musically or growing spiritually or picking up a new hobby or doing something productive during this time. It's probably the most free time we would ever get. So I hope you guys used it and used it to your advantage. Um, I want to give you guys 5 tips right now that you guys can use to grow as a musician, to take that next step as a musician, especially in this coming year. So let's say, all of 2020, you didn't maximize your time. Now you have five tips that you can use not only now, but you can use it going into this next year as well. Before I get into that though, subscribe to the channel. Y'all knew that was coming. Subscribe to the channel. There's some really cool stuff that I have that I'm working on right now, actually, that I want to release next year. And so subscribe. You guys know where it's at the bottom there. Don't worry, I'll wait. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hit the bell icon or whatever that is now so that you guys get notified when I upload a new video like this one. So again, thank you guys for your support over the year too. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I was able to help so many people. Please keep sharing the videos and keep commenting too. I love seeing how you guys have grown over the I guess it's a year now, but how long it's helped you, how much it's helped you guys, and how much you've grown as well. So definitely keep the communication coming too. I really appreciate it. So anyways, without further ado, the 5 tips. Tip number 1. All right, be a team player. Okay, what does that mean? Especially as a musician that plays in a band or in a group or anything like that. Being a team player is the most important thing. Okay, so what I mean is, if you're playing with a keyboard player and a guitar player and a drummer, and your job is, let's say, a bass player, is to do this. And that's your role. That's your pocket, right? You don't want to be doing. It's cool. It sounds good. It works, but it doesn't work in that context. All right. So your objective is to know your role. Find your role in the midst of the team and make sure that you're using that to the absolute maximum. Trust me, your bandmates will love it. Your sound engineer who does the sound and the breakdowns and the edits later will love it. And the audience or congregation in a church sense will love it too, because it gives them the opportunity to focus on the lyrics or to praise or to worship based off of the lyrics and not get distracted by all that stuff. Now, if it's necessary, definitely use it, but you'll know when it's necessary. So that's tip number 1, is be a team player. Tip number 2 is do not be the weakest link on your team. All right, your band, whatever it is. And when I say don't be the weakest link, I'm not necessarily talking about skill. Okay. Now that does come into play at some point, but the main point on being the weakest link, or how to become the weakest link, is to be the least prepared. Okay. What do I mean? Let's say we have a rehearsal for a concert coming up. There's 3 songs, that everybody's required to know. So we get to the rehearsal, and let's say the bass player knows it, the drummer knows it, the guitarist knows it, but the keyboard player doesn't know it. Okay. In that moment, you've become the weakest link. Okay. Because now we have to take time and show you something that you should have already figured out in your rehearsal time, practice time. All right. So that's what makes you a weak link. So it's not necessarily about skill, but more about preparedness. How prepared are you? How serious are you taking your music or your event or your concert? Because people watch that stuff. People pay attention. If you come in and you don't know what you're doing, you come in and you're like, oh, what key is the song in again? Or you come in and you oh, how many times are they singing the verse? How many times are they singing the chorus? It makes you a weak link. It makes it look like you, A, don't take the program or event seriously, and B, that you don't really know what you're doing. All right. You don't want those labels on you in any capacity. So make sure that you're not the weak link and that you're always prepared all the time, no matter what the situation is. Tip number 3, all right, watch your practice habits, okay? So for those of you guys that haven't seen, I have a video, I have the link up here. It is my speed and dexterity video. And in there I talk about techniques and I talk about habits and things that are very, very important to know. So make sure you click that, like click it, open it, and then pull it off this side, duplicate it, come back to this video. You guys know how that works. Anyway, so technique and practice habits, very important, okay? If you practice like this, or like this, or like this, and your practice technique is not concise, it's not precise, if you try to do runs and you're kind of all over the place, those are bad practice habits. All right, so practice habits should be the time when you're the most tough on yourself, when you're critical of yourself the most. So if something doesn't land perfectly, stop, fix it. This is one of the exercises I do in the dexterity video, by the way. But you want to make sure everything is concise. If something sounds wrong, work on it. Make sure that you're getting everything down perfectly. All right, so that when you get to your gig or your concert or your event, you sound clean, you sound good. You want people to be like, wow, like they really know what they're doing, and that comes in your practice time. All right, so practice good habits. If something doesn't sound good, stop, take it over again. Okay, practice is when you get the most frustrated, but it pays off in such dividends. So please, please, please make sure you watch your practice habits. Tip number 4, expand your mind. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's say, take your favorite song on Spotify, okay? And for me, what I do is the first time I listen to the song, I play with the song. So let's say the song has a progression like, right? So I'm doing that the first time, right? But what I would do the second time is I would shed over the song completely. For those of you who don't know what shed means, it means pretty much do everything you know how to do. Okay, this is kind of contrary to what people would tell you, but there's a reason for this. So let's say I'm here. So the progression is 1, 6, 4, 5, 1, right? So I'll do something like, right, as an example. And so normally if you were to do that during a concert or something, they'd be like, what on earth are you doing, right? It goes back to the whole tip 1 being a team player thing. You wouldn't want to do that during a concert. But the reason you want to do that when you're practicing or when you have time to just listen to some music is because it's easier to take somebody with an expanded mind and say, hey, pull back, than it is to take somebody who doesn't know what they're, how to expand their mind and push them to do that, right? So for instance, if I know I'm here in the key of G, I get my basic tune at A. So if I'm in G and I'm going to the 6 and I know I can do, right? Because I practice that versus somebody who just knows how to do, right? This is cool. There's nothing wrong with it. But if I know how to maybe mix it up, let's say we've done the chorus a few times, and so I'm like, okay, cool, I want to expand a little bit, and I can go, right? That's cool. Now, if I do that and I'm over the top, somebody can say, hey, pull it back, come back to earth, right? And that's okay. I would rather have that than to say, expand, hey, do some more. And all I got is, you know what I mean? So again, this is not a knock on anybody who only knows how to do that. That's okay. I'll go into more videos next year with how to expand your mind as a musician. But the main thing is that you want to be able to have that in your arsenal so that you can use it when you need to. So when you're practicing, when you're at home playing, go crazy, go crazy. All right, it'll definitely pay off in due time in its long run. Last tip, kind of cliche, but it is what it is. Have fun. Have fun. Be confident. Be confident. If I see you, sometime and I say, hey, play something, and you go, and you're like not confident in what you're doing at all, it shouldn't be like that. Everybody has a distinct voice for a reason. Everybody thinks of music a different way for a reason. So be confident in that. Everybody is in a different place. There are a lot of people that are way better than me. And so when I play in front of people who are better than me, or people that I look up to, I still play confidently. I know they could way past me, but if I'm playing, you know, have fun. I'm just making stuff up here. But have fun. Just have fun. Express yourself. Again, with the context of, these other tips that I've talked about, but just express yourself. Have fun. Have fun with music. Have fun with the journey. It is really a journey. It's a process, but it's so worth it. So worth it. And it's so fun. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. Again, please subscribe to the channel. I have some more stuff coming out. You don't want to miss it. Trust me. And I pray that you guys have a blessed rest of 2020. And I'll see you guys in the new year. Stay blessed.